Rightio, continuing on. Ghost of Tsushima is great. Great, 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 great. I have been playing it actually. You can actually play it where the characters speak Japanese and it's subtitled. That's how I've been playing it. And although my Japanese is rusty at best, even I know that some of the dialogue does not directly translate. Sometimes it's not even close. But I still really appreciate that you can play Ghosts of Tsushima, a samurai game, and have everyone speaking Japanese. It's nice to hear my second tongue, even though, like I said, my Japanese at this point is virtually non-existent. I did actually used to speak pretty good Japanese when I was a kid. I used to go to Japan with my mom twice a year for 3-week clips. Stay with her family over there. If you haven't been to Japan, well, Corona notwithstanding, if you haven't been to Japan, you need to go. It's beautiful, it's clean, the people are polite. For the most part, they like Americans. It's so clean you could eat off of the floor in the subway. And unlike the subway, I live in New York City, for those of you who don't know. And if you've been on the New York City subway system, you know how loud and disgusting it is. Part of that can be attributed to the fact that it is the, I believe, oldest subway system in the country, but doesn't change the fact that it's loud and disgusting. I mean, your ears can bleed when a train pulls into the station. You go to a subway station in Japan, you can eat off the floor, and you barely hear the trains pull in. They're so quiet. It's like someone sprayed WD-40 all over that motherfucker. And if you haven't heard of it, the Japs have this thing called the bullet train, Shinkansen. It is, I mean, it's a bullet train. It is very, 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 very fast. I think it goes, I honestly don't even know how fast it goes. I think it goes like 200 miles an hour or something ridiculous like that. And you don't even feel it. You don't even feel it. Yeah. Japan is great. If you have not been, if you want to go, once things quiet down with Corona, you should go. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that they're getting a whole lot of tourist dollars right now. So I'm sure you could find, well, if you can find flights, I'm sure you can find them at a discount. Anecdotally, one of my dad's oldest clients here in the city has the exclusive contract to supply meals to Japan Airlines. And I know that they are only supplying meals to Japan Airlines for two flights a week for the Trans-Pacific flight or something like that. So, yeah. Although Japan, its number one industry is definitely not tourism, they're definitely hurting for the tourist dollars. So if you have any interest at all, definitely go to Japan. It is gorgeous. It's hot as fuck. Don't go in August. Don't even go in September. It's hot as fuck. The only thing about going October, I think, is actually typhoon season. So just be careful of that. But yeah, I miss it. I haven't been in a very, very long time. And I plan on going as soon as all this COVID nonsense is over. Anyway, and if you need a new game to keep you occupied until this COVID nonsense is over, Ghost of Tsushima. It is really good. I have not enjoyed a console game this much in a very long time. I never finished XCOM 2. Kind of disappointed in myself. But that just goes to show you that, you know, as great a game XCOM 2 is, and admittedly it's a very different game than Tsushima, I will absolutely be playing Tsushima from start to finish. Probably within the next 2 weeks, because I am hopelessly addicted to it. I stayed up until like 2 in the morning, like 3 nights in a row playing Tsushima, and yeah, that didn't go over well. The rest of the day was a struggle, but I mean, I'm old, okay? I can't hang. I can't stay up until 2 in the morning and wake up at 7 and be fine like I used to. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing in my free time. The other thing that I've been doing is I've been watching Lucifer on Netflix. I'd seen, I haven't seen the trailer or anything, but I saw like the poster for it for months and months and months and months, if not years. I'd heard people talk about it, and I never watched it. I was never interested in it. For whatever reason, I thought it was meant to be like a serious show about Lucifer. It is not. It's really funny. Lucifer is pretty well written. He's funny. I think he's well written and he's funny. Some of the other characters, not written quite so well, but I appreciate the show. So I've also been watching that whenever Bella gets tired of me playing Tsushima for, 10 hours a day. Yeah, otherwise everything is status quo. The market was all over the fucking place this week. Last week, too. Actually, it was more last week than this week, because today is Wednesday, and we only been open 2 days. Yes, yesterday sucked. Today was great. Friday was terrible in the market. I put more money into the market on... Was it Thursday or Friday? I can't remember. But I was a little bit too early because the market had a nice bounce today. Hopefully that will be a sustained bounce, even if it isn't as pronounced as it was today, as long as it isn't a dead cat bounce, which, if you are unfamiliar with the term, generally the Wall Street saying is even a dead cat bounces, right? That usually is said to indicate that a stock is a dog, and even though it looks like it's bounced off of its bottom, it's still a dog, or in this case, a cat, and even a dead cat bounces. It's a little dark, but I don't think this is a dead cat bounce today. I do think that the market went a little bit too crazy too quickly. You could say that going all the way back to March, when this current bull market really started. But mega cap tech went absolutely apeshit. Yes, sure, they are going to do very well for, the rest of time to come. But when Apple announces a split and goes up about 25%, sure, I made a lot of money on it. Lots of people made a lot of money on it, but it shouldn't be doing that. Did I think that it was going to happen? Yes, that's why I bought Apple when they announced the split. But even I was surprised at how much Apple rocketed after announcing a split, which, again, lest we forget, splits mean absolutely nothing for the valuation of the company. All it does is water down the shares. It doesn't really have any implications at all. It is purely a move designed to trick retail investors into thinking they're getting a chance to buy the stock at a discount. That is wrong. But the stock has still... they still work, because retail investors are always going to think, oh, well, $400 a share is way too expensive for me. Oh, it's splitting 4-1. I'll buy it for $100 a share. it's the same thing. If you buy 4 shares at $100 per share, or 1 share at $400 per share on either side of the split, it's the same fucking thing. There's no benefit to you. But I think that splits are going to go the way of the dodo as more investment houses are offering fractional share purchases. I know Schwab is doing it, and I know Robinhood is doing it. I'd just be a little bit careful, Robinhood, because, I mean, not that it means anything, but they're going to probably pay an SEC violation fine. The joke of Wall Street is that the SEC is the SEC. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of teeth, much to the chagrin of Elizabeth Warren, I'm sure. But, yeah, I'm not saying Robinhood is bad. I think that I don't think they expected to get so much business and so many subscribers so quickly. I don't think that they are adequately prepared for the kind of volume that they see.